Hello and welcome to the Library Connection. I'm Summer Newman-Ernest. Joining me today is Mrs. Mandy Reams. We're going to talk with her about all the things she does in our community, her many jobs, and one thing that we're so proud of is her strong support of our library. So first of all, Mandy, how long have you lived in Sylacauga? And let's talk about your family.
Okay. Well, I was born in Montgomery, Alabama, but came home to Sylacauga 3 days later, and I've been here 35 years. I've never left. I love it so much. And married to Chad Reams. He's also from Sylacauga. And we have 3 beautiful children. JC will be 13 next week, so I have a teenager. I can't believe that. Olivia is 10 and Eva is 8. And both of our parents are from Sylacauga, Larry and Jan Reams, and John and Debbie Thompson.
So if you're from Sylacauga or this area, you're familiar with the Thompsons, with the Reams, you've been here quite a while, and it's so refreshing, I think, to have people, natives of Sylacauga, to actually stay here and to raise your family and giving so much back to the community. So Chad, I know, has a family business that's been going for some time.
Yes.
What about the history of that, and what is that business?
Yes. He is the president now of Reams Custom Homes. Larry founded it in 1976, I believe. Oh, goodness. So, been going on a long time.
Yeah.
They started with, it was originally Reams Construction, and they built houses.
Right.
And since then, especially when the housing bubble kind of burst in the 2000s, Chad diversified.
Right.
And he does a lot of insurance work, remodels, can install new windows, just about anything, roofs that you need. Yeah, that you need. He can.
Well, and I know he's done lots of work at our house, but do they still build houses as well?
They do. He actually has. He has one going on in Harpersville. He started one not too long ago. So that's very encouraging for Sylacauga, I think, also, is that people are here and they're starting to build again.
Right,
so we're very excited about that.
And it might just be remodeling, or if you have an older home like ours that's over 100 years old, there's always something that needs to be done.
If you're like me and every 3 years you think the house needs to be redone.
Sure, then he's the person that can do it, or updates with bathrooms or kitchens. And so it's so nice to have a local person, because you want to know that it's somebody that's been doing it a long time, that you can call on the phone and he will call you right back, because a lot of times when you get this work done, just part of it is showing up, somebody who will actually show up, and then we know that he does quality work.
Yes, and all of his crew are Sylacauga natives also. So everybody that is employed by his company is from Sylacauga, so the money stays here.
That's
and
great.
That's so important, to me. And that they're going to show up. So
well, and just providing jobs for other people in Sylacauga, that's so important. We appreciate that. One thing that we are so proud of that both you and Chad decided to do this past summer was to sponsor our summer reading program. What made you want to do that?
Yes, well, being from Sylacauga, I just think it's so important to encourage things, keep things here for the children. So many parents work and they can't go to Birmingham or go to, so the summer reading program, I think, is just a wonderful example of, how amazing this community is, because it provides fun educational programs all summer long for children of all ages to come to our amazing library and participate in. So.
It's so true, and that's what is unbelievable to me, that it runs pretty much the entire summer, 3 days a week, and it's not just a story time, which is great too, but that they bring in, plays or theater groups, magicians, things that are entertaining. And especially during the summer, it is difficult if parents are working to keep their kids entertained. With 3 kids, I'm sure they're gotten a little bit older, but you can go stir crazy if you're stuck inside or just limited to playing in the backyard. So we greatly appreciate the contribution that you and Chad gave to help keep these programs going, because that's the one thing with the library. It's not just tax money and things like that can fund it, that we need the sponsors and local companies and people that are passionate about the library and want to give back to the community. So I know a portion of it was Chad's business, but that you actually have business fitness as well. We're going to get to that, but tell us about, I know your experience and work experience has mainly been in dance and fitness, and so tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, well, I started dance probably like every little girl in town about the age of 3, and just a light bulb went off, and my poor mother had a hard time getting me to go to school, but I'd always go to dance class. So I danced all the way through high school. As a majorette with you at Sylacauga High School, and then I still kept on dancing through junior college and started teaching, and took a little break when I had my children, but then I went back and opened Southern Dance and Fitness, the original name, in 2011, and we have been going nonstop since. And
so when you opened up the studio, I think probably maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the reasons you did it is because you're offering things that maybe weren't offered in the area. So how was it different?
Well, so much for me was, and then also having 3 children, I could not leave and go to take them to a tumble class in Birmingham or take them here. So I thought, we need to take that and bring it here. Sylacauga, to me, it is still so great and it's amazing. And I was like, it's here. You know, we can build that program. So with Mallory Burgess, she cheered at Jacksonville and had come back, and she's still on staff as tumble and gymnastic instructor. Jessica Coleman, she's an Auburn University majorette, and so right there you have 2 collegiate level experiences. So we opened, and it's just been. And
so you offered tumble or gymnastics?
Yes, we offer your basic dance combination class, jazz, tap, and ballet. Then as you get older, we have hip hop, and then we have kid hop, which is fun. It's a little introduction to the world of hip hop for the little girls. They love it.
Which is so popular.
They think they're grown. You know, they watch television, and that's who they want to be. We have baton. We have clogging, which is still alive and well.
Oh yeah.
And it's so much. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun class.
And then cheerleading,
yes, we have cheernastics, and then we're also starting to work up to advanced level tumble classes this year.
Well, and that's the neat thing, is that you're always going to have, hopefully, which I love about football season and high school activities, that you're going to have majorettes and dance teams and cheerleading, and so why not offer those training and preps that nowadays is kind of required, and it's really to succeed in that field.
And there are scholarships, and that's one thing. We want to get to that level where we are able to produce girls who dance through high school, go to college, try out, and then they have a scholarship paid for, because there's cheerleading scholarships, there's dance teams, there's so many opportunities there in this field that I don't think people realize.
And what a big need for women, and because if it's not academics, then they don't have necessarily all the sports options that guys do to get colleges paid for, or junior college, or at least assistance. So that's wonderful to even have that option for young ladies to think about way in the future. Now I know that not only do you do the dance and the dance studio, but you're a fitness instructor as well. You have another job. What is that all about?
Well, I took some time off and gained a pretty healthy amount of weight with my first child. So there I was, a young mother. I was nursing my son, so I had to find the healthy way to lose weight. And I started working out, and I did it in a healthy way. And over that course, it just awakened something in me. And I had a friend say, you need to start teaching fitness classes. And it just seemed like a natural step. I've taught dance my whole life, and I've loved fitness. So in 2000, and Eva was one, so about 2008, I started teaching fitness classes, and here I am 8 years later, and I was certified by the Aerobics and Fitness Association of America. And I joined with Coosa Valley Fitness and Wellness a couple years ago, and provide all of their group exercise classes, and they have a state-of-the-art gym downstairs. It's absolutely amazing. So if you join the gym, you get to take unlimited fitness classes.
That's great, and I think that some people might not be aware of it, that the actual Coosa Valley Medical Center, the hospital, has its own gym facilities. Yes. And compared to many gyms, especially in bigger cities, it's a very nominal fee, and I know they have different kinds of discounts. And so once you join, and then there's no contract, that you can just do it
just
month to month, so you're not stuck with something, that you get to take your classes. And as a participant in some of those classes, I know that they really are fun, they're challenging, and what I love about it is that you offer so many different kinds of classes and things that probably people haven't even heard about, but I know that you have a huge following. Tell us a little bit about the different kinds of classes that you offer.
Well, yeah, one of the things I think that is so important is that you cannot get bored, or you'll quit coming. If you lose interest, you're out the door. So I try to never repeat a class. I always try to stay on top of things and keep it interesting. But one of the favorites is bar, which is the toning class. You use light weights, and it sounds easy, but
it can get a little, but there's different. You can adjust your level. If you're
everybody, there are modifications, and we always show for beginners that, and then you can progress up. So bar is absolutely one of my favorites to teach. We have pound, rock out workout, which is a cardio-based class, but you drum the entire class. It's a 45-minute long class.
So you literally have drumsticks, which sounds crazy.
Weighted green ripsticks. Yeah, when I tried to teach it, to pitch it to human resources, I just kind of got this look, and they're like, we're going to trust you on this one. But we've been doing it 2 years, and it's one of the most favorite classes.
And what's so funny about that is like how way ahead of its time you were, because I know it was hits maybe in California or places like that, and you're sitting here doing it in Sylacauga, Alabama.
We were one of the first in Alabama. I have a wonderful network of friends, and they were doing it in Boston, and I was like, what is that? I've got to get on this now. And we were one of the first, and it's taken off. It's worldwide now.
Right.
So I'm proud to say, hey, Sylacauga was one of the very first.
Pound,
bar. We have a weights class, because a lot of time with women, weights can be overwhelming. They're afraid, oh my gosh, I'll get bulky, or
not even know how to do it.
Exactly. So I try to do a lot of weight-based classes, toning classes. We have. Let's see.
And don't you have something, well, and with the weights too, that this is something I think that if you're not familiar with fitness, is so important for women with osteoporosis, how they talk about your bone density, that if you're not lifting weights, and you're not talking about being, a professional weight lifter, but doing that helps to keep from losing that bone density. So it's something that's important for women of all ages. But didn't you, and I don't know if you're doing it this year for older people?
Yes, we started last February. We started a senior fit class, and our goal is to get that going again, but it's for people who are deconditioned or senior citizens. I mean, it ranged from the age of 50 to, I think we had a 94-year-old in there. So it covers all ages, but you can do the class seated, you can do it standing. There are all levels. So it's all functional training. It's not, you're not going to get in there and lift an 80-pound barbell. It just works with just bending down, picking up, and how to do it in a safe way
where you don't get injured.
Keep moving. If you ever stop, that's when the problems start. Exactly.
Well, it sounds like there's a little bit of something for everyone. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will once again be joined with Miss Mandy Reams.
In Central Alabama, 9,100 kids face going to bed hungry tonight. Hunger doesn't take a day off. There are kids right here, right now, that don't know where they'll get their next meal. Join Alabama Childhood Food Solutions and help put an end to childhood hunger in Central Alabama. Make a difference. Donate today, by mail or online, to help ACFS feed hungry kids. There's no better time to share than now. Their next meal could come from you.
Any meal, anytime, it's a Huddle House on Highway 280. From the popular Huddle House signature waffle to our big house breakfast, including gravy and biscuit and loaded hash browns, it's a Huddle House. Try our Philly cheese steak omelet. It's a sure hit, too. Our big house sandwich combos include Huddle burger and country fried steak. And for lunch or dinner, it's the often requested chop steak with mushroom gravy. Starting to get hungry? Head to the Huddle House. Our friendly and experienced team await you. Huddle House, Highway 280, any meal, anytime.
At Marble City Pharmacy, we're more than just a drugstore. Our gift shop boasts some of the most unique treasures you'll find anywhere. Come in and browse the vast selection of jewelry, purses, clothing accessories, and crafts. Let our friendly staff help you find that special card or gift for any occasion. Our dollar wall features selected sale items, and we stock a wide variety of specialty items. And if it is a drugstore you need, Marble City Pharmacy was named the 2015 McKesson National Pharmacy of the Year. Visit us today at Marble City Pharmacy.
Since 1935, the Collins family has been the automobile business in Sylacauga. Bobby and Anderson Collins carry on that tradition today at Stop and Shop Auto Sales. Select from late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. And our vehicles do not go on the lot until they are thoroughly inspected by our experienced mechanics. At Stop and Shop Auto Sales, we offer a 30-day warranty on all our inventory. Family owned and operated for 4 generations. Stop and Shop Auto Sales, 230 West 1st Street in Sylacauga.
You want to be done. Hello and welcome back to the Library Connection. I'm Summer Newman-Ernest, and joining me today is Mrs. Mandy Reams. We've been discussing her family, her husband Chad Reams, both of their businesses, Reams Custom Homes, as well as her dance studio. And one of the reasons that we're so excited to have her here today is that she and Chad Reams were sponsors for our summer reading program, and without their help and the help of other community sponsors, we couldn't do the things that we do at B.B. Comer Memorial Library. And so for that, we are extremely grateful. A lot of the different dance classes that you offer, and we were getting to your other job. There's so many jobs that you actually have. It's sort of difficult. We were asking, what is your title? And I think that you have about 6 different titles, so we couldn't limit it to one. But is doing fitness at Coosa Valley Medical Center and through their gym. You were talking about some of the activities, some of the classes, and it really seems like there's something for everyone.
There is.
What I like about it is not intimidating. The classes that I've been to, you know, it ranges from 20-year-olds all the way to 60, 70-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah, and that you know, everybody can,
Yes, and there is something for everyone. And then last spring they added batting cages downstairs. So, you know, that's wonderful for the youth to have in our community, because we do have pretty large baseball with the recent World Series group, the 14-year-olds. The 14-year-olds in the World Series now. So I think that's something that, you know, a lot of the little, especially the little boys, seeing the bigger boys go into the World Series,
we'll want
so they
to do
can
that.
go there and, you know, have batting lessons and batting practice while mom and dad work out.
Right. And I know you have a huge following, and I think it's your enthusiasm, and like you said, it's never boring. It's always something different, and you're such an encourager in the classes. And one thing is that if you didn't, for whatever reason, want to join the gym, you can even just pay individually for classes.
You come try out a class, or it's $5 a class.
That's unheard of.
I try to keep it affordable, because I know, I mean, we're the parents of 3 kids. I know how, you know, finances get stretched, and if it's like, oh, you have to pay $25 to come take a class, that's not going to happen.
I'm still getting the quarters out of Payne's piggy bank, you know, sometimes to pay. Shh, don't tell.
We won't.
No, of course not. And so if people wanted to know more about that and the classes, because I know that you change your schedule monthly and send that out, how could they find out about that?
We have a Facebook page. It's called Southern Group Fitness, so you can like us on there. Then I believe my phone number is on the page if you want to talk more one-on-one. So Facebook is a wonderful resource to find, and we always post updates and little motivational funnies too, because some days after a leg workout you feel like you're a little baby zebra trying to walk.
So you need that.
It's great.
Well, and one of the things that I'm most proud of is how you have taken that fitness career and you've used it in the schools in our local area. What have you done with that?
Well, a couple years ago, and having children in the system, you know, I noticed if they didn't play basketball, or if they didn't play football, or if they didn't play baseball, they were kind of lacking in knowing about the sports or the opportunities. And I had the idea for a class called KidFit. So I took my teaching experience from children in dance, and then my educational knowledge through my fitness certifications. And I did take a course through the National Academy of Sports Medicine to become a youth exercise specialist.
Wow.
So I created KidFit, and it's just a fun class to take all of the different just sports and then the classes like pound, to take them down to their level and show them that fitness is fun and it is for them, and you know, our bodies are made to move. We did not get all these muscles for nothing. We need to move, and especially children, they need to move, and it needs to be in a manner that is fun.
Sure.
But also, you know, constructed in a way that
is doing what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
Well, and you see that with childhood obesity, and you know, and sometimes, so many times with electronics, that they're, you know, playing these games and things, and so they're very sedentary, except for maybe that small amount of time of physical education that they have at school. So you've actually gone to the schools, right?
Yes. For the past 2 years, I've been working with Pam Roberts at Pinecrest, and they've kind of been the model for this new program that we'll talk about later. But we started KidFit nights, and our first night, you know, we sent a paper home, basically, hey, you're going to come back and work out. And first night we had 40. And then last spring, when we did our spring event, we had over 100 children come back to work out for an hour.
And that was voluntary.
And that was voluntary. You know, that was, you know, they go home and then they came back. So we had over 100 children show up. So you can see that there's interest there.
Right.
And, you know, just to show them that, you know, fitness is fun. It is not boring. It's not walking around in a circle. And they really have
and
loved
so
it.
important, I think, to get them at that young age to start, you know, promoting a healthy lifestyle, and then it's going to prevent, hopefully, so many, you know, future illnesses and issues and diabetes and things that we see with people that haven't had that play a major role in their lives. And so not only have you done it at the elementary level, but you've even visited the high school, right?
Yes, we with Coosa Valley Fitness and Wellness, they always do a health fair for 9th through 12th grades, and we've gone for the past 2 years, and we've done pound with them. So it was always fun. You have, you know, the football players walk in and think, oh, this old woman up here, what's she doing?
We can do that easily.
You know, we do a plank or we do a V-sit drumming, and they're like, oh, this is something.
This is working for different things that we're not used to.
So it's fun to, you know, just show them a new outlet for.
Well, and once again, it's great how you're giving back to the library and to the schools where your children attend, where you attended. I think that's so important, you know, not to just sit back and let other people do everything, that you're doing this. And a majority of it, you know, is a volunteer status to be able to do all this.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's so important, you know, and with Chad and I both growing up in Sylacauga, you know, we remember those faces, you know, that were instrumental in who we are today and why we're successful. And, you know, I want to be that face, you know, whether it be, you know, I get called exercise lady, JC's mom, Liv's mom, Eva's mom, hey, Miss Mandy. Sometimes I even get called my sister's name, Miss Reeves, but that's fine. But, you know, I want them to know that, you know, we're there and, you know, we have a vested interest in them. We want to see them do well in the future.
Well, and I know that you're so involved with the community in other areas too. We're going to hit them quickly because I want to move on. There's some big news. You've done a lot with PTO, I know.
Yes, I have been. This will be my 5th year as president at Pinecrest.
Nobody else has stepped up quite yet.
Yeah, no. I was like, this year, I was like, you can take it early. They're like, no. you can stay on one more year.
That's when you do such a good job,
well,
right?
Yeah, and then also having a child there, they're like, well, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, because ever since when JC was 3rd grade, you know, he's 7th now. It's like, well, I'll move. No, I'm staying. Eva is now 3rd grade, so
you'll be there.
I'll be there
a few
for
more years.
A few more years, yes. But and then I've been active, you know, in PTOs, just trying to be that go-between for
Right.
the school, the parents, and the teachers. It's
That's
a
so
community,
important.
and it's very important, you know, to
Right.
stay involved.
And Arts Council, of course.
Yes,
we love
last
having
year, I
you,
joined the Arts
on board
Council.
there, and we're about to get our next season starting
Mm-hmm.
up in our membership drive. So as always, we encourage you to support the Arts Council and join that if possible. I know that lately, as in this week, there
Yes.
has been some big news and announcements concerning the future of your studio.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Well, one of my most favorite people in the world, Steve Jobs, he said, you know, in order to do great work, you have to love what you do. And if you haven't quite found it yet, you know, keep looking, don't settle. And when you find it, you'll know it.
Right.
And this past week, and it literally happened
Right.
in a week for me. Heather Adair and I started talking, and you know, our programs were very complementary.
Right.
I offered some things, she offered other things.
Right.
And in the course of talking, we decided to combine our studios together this year under one roof. So
Right.
we'll be working in collaboration with the SAFE, the Sylacauga Alliance for Family Enhancement. So now we are nonprofit,
That's
which
wonderful.
is huge because any funds generated through our programs go back into the program to grow this program
Right.
for our community. So as we will start classes September 8th, but we
I
are
think
working
that's so
together.
wonderful. And to see, and especially when, you know, both of you having successful studios, to just, you know, in essence,
Mm-hmm.
give it away to a program like SAFE, which is doing so many wonderful things. But I know that Margaret Morton was excited to have
Yes.
the performing arts, dance the performing arts, to actually be able to encourage that. And so for a lot of people, nothing will change. Maybe the location
Yes.
of the classes will now be across or beside Buttons and Bows, the
Yes.
studio there, which will be beneficial, you said, because now y'all are working on it and enlarging.
Yes, we my classes were held at Coosa Valley Fitness and Wellness. They've been so wonderful to me for the past 3 years. I've been teaching classes there. But in moving downtown to the location, we have bigger classrooms, and we're also adding a third classroom to keep our classes as they were. So if you
Sure.
registered with me, you
It's
know,
all
you
the
would still
same.
have us and our staff. Yes,
Right.
you still have the teachers
Right.
that you registered for. You still have the classes you registered for. You know, we're still keeping class sizes down. I know a lot
Right.
of people probably thought, oh, well, there's going to
dear.
be 40 children.
Sure.
No, don't worry about that.
Right.
That's us as teachers providing a quality education. We're going to keep everything the same. Yes.
And you find that when you combine efforts that you're able to do so much
So much
more
more.
and offer more, and I know that you have big plans through SAFE to do that, and that hopefully in the process will be to aid those people that maybe in the past couldn't afford
Yes.
to take classes.
Yes, I think one of the great things about it is we will be able to provide scholarships to children. This year, we're hoping to provide between 15 and 20 scholarships to girls that can come to the location and take with us there.
That's
So,
great, because once again, you know, our goal and with the Arts Council and the library is to promote arts and things that children of Sylacauga might not otherwise see or be introduced to, and so to have that opportunity, you know, you might have someone with these untapped talents that never would be able
Yes.
to do it had it not
and you
been.
and you see it, you know, and I see it with being, you know, in the schools, or, you know, you just see that child and you're like,
They
have
potential.
it. They have the potential,
Right.
you know, and there's a
Right.
way, now we have a way
To actually assist.
Yes, to get them to realize their full potential. And there's
That's so exciting. We're excited about what you're doing in the community, what you're giving back to the community. And so for people who want to enroll, that's still open, correct?
Yes,
Registration?
we will be enrolling through the end of September. Right now, we're going to be at the Broadway location every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 to 6 p.m. If you drive by, there's a banner that says registration with the
Right.
number on there. You can look on the Facebook page. We both have. We're in the process of trying to merge pages and
Right.
get all that. It's
Sure,
new.
yeah.
But you can call phone numbers on there, and classes will begin September 8th.
So there's still time
Yes,
to join
there's still time.
in.
You haven't missed
Stop by
out.
the studio Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 6, or get on Facebook to find out more information. Mandy, thank you so much for your contributions, for you and Chad's sponsorship of the summer reading program, and we just look to see a lot of wonderful things happening with you and the new venture with the studios. Thanks for being our guest today.
Thank you.